Welcome to Truly Heal and how to prevent cancer naturally. Prevention, the best cure in the world, and so much wiser to start at an early stage than getting the diagnosis. And those of you who witnessed a family member, a loved one, going through that ordeal of treatment, you know it's worthwhile to prevent and to educate yourself first. Now, my name is FREUDENMANN. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional and do not diagnose, treat or give medical advice with these videos. I only share what I have learned over the past 15 years of writing a book, Healing Cancer with Common Sense, making the documentary Cancer is Curable Now, later known as Truly Heal from Cancer, and running the Truly Heal Academy, where we educate health coaches and health practitioners in functional medicine. Actually, in what I will show you now, a process of eliminating the root causes, and as a certification program where you become a certified coach. When you go through the course, it's very logical, very simple, and very easy to follow. Now, the main question that we have to ask if we want to prevent cancer: what do we need to watch out for? What causes cancer in the first place? What is the big problem that triggers this disease in people? And there is a wide variety. It's actually not just one cause, there is a multiple. And let's say you have lifestyle, drinking habits, or you have some toxins and you have heavy metals in your mouth. Plus you have an infection of hepatitis C. It could be a combination of several reasons that then suppress your immune system so much that cancer can unfold. We all produce every single day cancer cells, all of us, me, you, everyone. And they are establishing in our body, and either they grow or they don't, or they are eaten up by your immune system or they are not. Now, if they start growing, and we know cancer until you get the lump bump state, which means where it can be diagnosed as a lump, takes about 5 to 7 years. So you might already have tumor growth in some places, but it's still small. Now, as you shift your attention and remove the causes, those little tumors can go away. If you, on the other side, promote everything that drives them and feeds them, that's when they can grow. And that's why looking at the immune system is the most important job that we do, and removing everything that makes it difficult for our immune system to deal with cancer cells. And that's why let's go through all those and see how they are put together. Now, you can find that everybody is special. We had clients that had high chemical load, petrochemical load in their system, and through that was driving the disease. Others have heavy metals, others have exorbitant stress levels, or they have deficiencies. So finding how your chart looks like is actually the most important. And what I do right now is only give you an overview. Once you fill in your name and email here in the box, you can go through a detailed program. It's actually a 2-day workshop that I've been giving hundreds of times around the world, which really allows you to go into each of those chapters and see what kind of deficiencies, what you need to look out for, what kind of tests are there. So once you fill in your name and email, or press the red button and fill in your name and email, you will be going through this whole training program step by step, which is looking at what's in it. All right. Now, in regards to stress, we separate all the different areas: relationship, purpose, health, lifestyle and passion. Then we look at money, at recognition, your social status, and at your career. By breaking down all those different areas, we realize where your main stresses are coming from, and then we may be able to help you to resolve that problem. So going through this stress package is extremely helpful and very, very important. Also, whether you can say no, whether you can shield yourself from invaders, from people that want too much, from people that demand, so that you can actually say, look, I need my own space, I need my own time, and focus on your own life. Very, very important. Then we look at lifestyle, and lifestyle is actually just diet, drinking and sleeping, and exercise. And then we look at sleep. Sleep is very important. A lot of people ignore sleep as a treatment modality, but when you understand that your body during the day is not repairing, is not detoxifying, is not healing. It only happens during the night. All of a sudden that nighttime becomes quite important. Talking about toxins is always very fascinating. When you then have a client, we do the test, and we did the non-heavy metal toxicity test, and it comes back with rat poison. Massive amounts of rat poison in that patient. And then we look into the house and we look into the attic, and we see that the whole attic was full with rat pellets thrown out, and they disintegrated and slowly filtered through the light fittings and everything. The whole house, the dust in the house was full with rat poison. And then you wonder why the whole family has health issues and has those complications with their immune system and with cancer. So finding those things out. When you grow up on a farm and you have all those fertilizers all the time, they build up in your body, and that's what we need to look at in the first place. And then there's also a problem. You're already born with a lot of toxins. When your mom is pregnant, all the toxins that she had in her mouth, in her diet, in her food, in her body are filtered into the baby. And if you don't believe me, just watch Ken Cook, EWG. When you sign up for the program, the video is there. The 10 Americans, which shows fresh-born babies, and they went through all of the different toxins, neurotoxins, endocrine disruptors, everything that causes damage to those babies. And what they found, 134 carcinogens in a fresh-born baby is quite a shocking result, which means your bucket may be already quarter full. And then you go through your youth, where your parents live, you take on the same habits, you fill in more toxins, and then somewhere it overflows. Usually at the age, it was at age of 60, 70 when people got diagnosed. Now we already have at the age of 30, 40, breast cancer, very early. So we already come with a full bucket, and then we add a little bit on top, and the overflow is then symbolized in form of a disease. So getting rid of that is very important. We look at dental toxins, and I won't go into detail here. You learn that all in the course. We look at gut toxins, bacteria load overgrowth. All of that is toxic. Another problem is when you are born with a high toxic load already, and your DNA has already been damaged. This was a friend of mine diagnosed with cancer. You can see all the red areas do not work. The green areas work, and the orange ones 50%. So he had all his detox pathway number 2 in the liver, and most of the detox pathway number 1 deleted, which means all the toxins this body accumulated stay in the body. They don't leave, they don't go. So they recircle and recycle and really start becoming more and more toxic until he died of cancer. These things are really important to know, especially if you plan to have chemotherapy or if you have planned to have medication, because there is tests like pharmacogenomic tests that allow you to find out first, can my body actually deal with these toxins? Can my body reduce chemotherapy and eliminate it out of my body? Some patients can do. They have hardly any side effects. They walk out of the clinic and feel a little bit nauseous and fine. Another patient dies from the side effects. Well, that's it. Actually, Wayne died from the side effects of chemotherapy when he finally willingly joined in because his detox didn't work. So lots of things to know, very important. Infections, I won't go into detail. Every single, and we have them all listed, chlamydia, hepatitis C, Epstein-Barr, Helicobacter pylori, all of those are directly linked to a certain type of cancer. And there is research that proves that. So finding those infections, dealing with infections long time before you develop cancer is certainly very helpful. And the same thing with deficiencies. And there is a few very significant ones. We'll talk in the workshop that you can sign up for about zinc, selenium, magnesium, iodine, like the really crucial ones that help you detoxify, help you with your immune system. And if you look at zinc, for example, co-infactor for 300 enzymes, which means all your digestive enzymes need zinc, otherwise they won't work. Defense against oxidative stress, controlled response to the DNA damage and repair, cellular defense. Now, I won't go through all of that, but it's massive. So if you are lacking zinc, which is actually a cancer treatment. You can use zinc as a cancer treatment to kill off cancer cells, which they do in Europe, but it's something you need to be aware of and need to check with your doctor if it works. And that's why if you would like to learn how to approach health, and not only to prevent, but also if you want to reverse cancer, this workshop will give you a massive advantage in understanding what needs to be done and how to resolve that and do it in the most harmonious, natural and non-toxic ways. All right? Fill in your name and email and let's get started in our training.